Hello and welcome to a hotel review of the beautiful and brand new Canopy by Hilton Seychelles Resort. Although I am generally an aviation enthusiast, I will throw in a few reviews of hotels from time to time. This was a special review just because I was the fourth guest, as my first day of arrival in the Seychelles happened to be on their grand opening day. The hotel is on the west side of the island. It's about 30 to 40 minutes from the airport. Compared to some of the other hotels that are kind of in the northern side of the island, it's really not that hard to get to this hotel. It's two main roads. We take the first main road from the airport and then the second main road to get to this hotel. When you arrive, you are greeted by security and you have to kind of be a registered guest to arrive to the property. And then you are pulling up to just a stunning entrance. Nice calming waterfall feature, and just a really grand entrance. As soon as you walk in, the staff were great, and really they try to get you to go to the living room to sit down while they do all the check-in formalities to try to make it as pleasant of a stay as possible. As you walk in, the first view is of the stunning pool and garden area, and of course the beach. This is a brand new resort. I believe it has 122 rooms. Although Hilton has a great portfolio in the Seychelles, this is their first truly big resort. The other Hilton properties that I visited on my stay were kind of boutique hotels in their own right. Very small, very intimate, and this, you could tell, is a full-scale resort. There's 3 floors to this hotel. When you walk in, that's the second floor, which is where the lobby is. We have just come downstairs to the main ground level. That's where the restaurant is, and this is where the garden/pool area is. So there's a total of 3 pools. As we're walking straight ahead, that's the beach access that you are able to go to. It's not a large beach by any means, and it is connected to a public area. But it is very convenient to the hotel, and you are able to access the beach at any times. I did notice in the morning the gates were locked, and so I believe at sunset or early morning it's kind of restricted. And I'm not sure if that's always the case, or if things are still new, that procedures are being built of how best to secure the hotel during the night. As we head to our room for our room tour, I was on the 3rd floor, and I was given a pool/water view. The room is actually very spacious. So this is the living room area, and then you have a very nice private patio. The humidity of the Seychelles is pretty strong, so I did not spend too much time on the patio, but it's just a great place to stay. With it being a brand new hotel, everything's in pristine condition, very new, very nice and kept and clean. And it's just nice to have this, especially for the, I believe, sunsets. We had pretty cloudy weather, so didn't have amazing sunsets, but if you have a nice, clear day, it's definitely a great spot to watch the sunset in the Seychelles. As we move in and check the bathroom, it's very nicely designed and very nice features. It's new, so of course it's held up great, but it's just, you could tell they've thought through the design of this hotel for longevity. You have a beautiful walk-in shower, very great space for doing what you need to do in this bathroom. And the water pressure was pretty great. You have a rain shower, and you also have a handheld shower. And I felt that the water temperature was very consistent and there were really no issues. As we come down to the restaurant, there's only one restaurant in the building. It serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I believe breakfast is included for everyone who stays at this property, at least for the time I was there. So breakfast was included, and it was a great breakfast. It had a buffet. You could have made-to-order eggs. And for lunch and dinner, you were a little more limited since they were just started, but I felt the service was just exceptional. You really had an amazing hospitality, amazing staff, amazing crew, and everyone just was so welcoming. For lunch one day, I wanted just a grilled sandwich, and I was just really did not want something heavy. And they were very nice in getting the chef to create this and curtail the menu to what I was feeling that day, which you really don't see too often at many resorts. So I can't speak any highly of the service, and it just felt luxurious without feeling like it was uncomfortable. It was like being welcomed into your friend's kitchen for the day, and you were just enjoying the time there. The restaurant does have a beautiful view of the pools and of the water. They have indoor and outdoor seating. And it does get very hot, so the crew was very mindful of making sure that you were seated at the right place at the right time. As we walk through, this is the pathway to get to the gym. The gym's inside this building right here, and the gym was pretty well appointed, just very nicely designed, nice window views. It wasn't the largest gym that I've seen, but it had great amenities considering you are on a remote island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Across from the gym is the spa and the locker rooms. Just everything just looks pristine. It's a brand new hotel. They did a great job with the finishes and the designs. You have the locker room space area here. You have bathrooms here to the right, and you have both a steam and a sauna room, and you have 2 showers to utilize after your workout. Just very nice. There's this ice feature here. The sauna felt amazing and it was very nice, but I'm not a big fan of steam rooms, and it did have a smell to it, but it was also new, so that's kind of part of the course for steam rooms. And I will say the lighting inside the sauna and the steam room were just really exquisite. Did not feel enclosed in or anything like that. And the steam room even had kind of stars as lights, which kind of resembles Emirates first and business class. So there are 3 total pools. This one's the infinity pool right by the bar. It's meant to be kind of like a swim-up pool, so it's kind of pretty small, but it is meant to be more of an intimate space, which leads down to the main pool of the hotel, which is very nicely sized, and there's plenty of chairs, and it's very well maintained. There's a 3rd pool on the other side, but that's more of I think like a splash pool, but nonetheless, I mean, just really well cared for, amazing landscaping completed, and you could just tell the crew were very proud of this property. The last part of the resort is this bar. There's many patio furniture to hang out, and they had a really nice twist on bar stools and just had great seats and comfortable areas to unwind and relax. The bar was open late. To wrap up the tour of the hotel, what is my review? You have many options to choose from in terms of Hilton properties in the Seychelles, and I was fortunate to visit this one, the DoubleTree by Hilton, and the Hilton North property. This has less of a beach feel, to be honest with you, since the beach area was pretty small. But I will say all of the other Hilton properties and other hotels that I was able to visit had the same issue. But the staff here and the amenities that you have here are just second to none. The amenities, including the air conditioning, worked great. And that's really kind of important, especially with the humidity here at the Seychelles. Everything about this property is brand new, so there's very little that can go wrong or break on you. So it's a very solid choice. The staff here were just so welcoming. I mean, it just felt like you were being welcomed into their home. They were so hospitable, and you felt welcomed as soon as you stepped foot onto the property. Are there better properties in the Seychelles? I believe so. The Hilton was a great property in the north, but you really can't underestimate the easiness to get to this property, how important it is that everything is new, and when you compare it to the Hilton on the north side of the island, it was pretty difficult to drive to. The roads were very tight, and it was very difficult to kind of get to the property. So the fact that you only take 2 roads to get to this property can't be underestimated. And with this just being a brand new property, a huge resort, very little can go wrong. The beach was, pretty nice to access. And so I would not underestimate the Canopy by Hilton, and you add the loveliness of the staff. This is a great property to come visit. As we wrap up this review, here's some of the shots of the Seychelles and their streets. This is the main street, and this is very narrow. Some of these side streets and other streets are just very tight, extreme hills, and very difficult to maneuver. And you've got to be careful depending on when your departure time is, because when rain comes to the island, it comes very hard. As you'll see towards the end of the video, on my way back to the airport, there was a rainstorm, and it was pretty intense. But the staff were just so great. They were helping me with directions and gave me tips on which routes to take and how best to make it safely back to the airport. All in all, it was a great stay at the Seychelles, and the Canopy by Hilton is a wonderful selection to come enjoy this beautiful island.